Hi Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and I don't know about you, but I always love a card that has a unique fold. So this one, featuring the Christmas Quilt Stamp Set, which is not just for Christmas, and Stamps the Mail Club Kit for this month, has a kind of fun opening. It actually opens sideways like this, and it has this panel here that kind of covers from the front to the inside. This has the fun blanket stitching along the side that is so great from this quilt stamp. I don't even want to call it Christmas quilt. I just want to call it the quilting set from the holiday catalog. It's good for everything. It's not just for Christmas. So let me give you some tips for using different pieces from the Quilt Builder framelit dies. See, they don't say Christmas in them. Quilt Builder framelit dies, and we'll show you how to make this fun and unique fold card. Go ahead and lay your Stamps the Mail Club packet aside unless you like to follow along with the directions. This is actually one of my favorite card layouts lately. So this was a half sheet of cardstock, so it was 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and I cut off 1 1/4 inches at the end, which means that this fold over part here perfectly fits one 4 by 4 piece of designer series paper. And this piece is from the super awesome Painted Autumn, anyway, a series of paper, and they're gorgeous colors, and I love the Peekaboo Peach with it. So I'm going to go ahead and layer this on here, and this is a really fun card layout to do if you're making multiples of something, because you get 9 of these squares from one sheet of 12 by 12 paper, or 18 of them from a package. So it's a really nice way to use your designer series paper. Okay, and then I'm going to set this aside because it's going to go in the center, but all these other pieces are going to make our front embellishment, and the embellishment's actually going to hang over the flap here, and then our card's going to open from the inside, and I'll show you some more samples of similar cards here. But for this one, I've used the Layering Squares framelits, which have the scallop square in them, and the Stitched Shapes framelits, which have the stitched, you see the stitching edge, and they are, of course, like the perfect match for this stamp set. So I'm going to layer these two pieces together, and they are designed to go together, so they're like a perfect match, which means you gotta get it stuck on right. There we go. Okay, so it has that nice rim. And then I have this piece of ribbon, which has to be made into that embellishment. So here's my tip for it. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 pieces of Fast Fuse right across there. You could use tear tape or snail. And I'm going to lay my ribbon across so that it pops out over the edge, and this is that one of the new crinkled seam binding ribbons. And then I'm going to make a zigzag with it so that it stays way out there and loops back and sticks. All right, see how that works? And then this part here I'll probably make a little bit prettier with the way the ribbon is cut at the end. Okay, and then our 8-point star, which was cut with the Quilt Builder framelits. You don't need these to go with your kits, but if you want to add them to your Stamps Mail Club kit, you get them at a discount. And this piece here is the outline for the 8-point star. That piece in the background there is the one that gave us these fun stitched markings. See how that works? So those 2 pieces come together really nicely. All right, so I'm going to take this and pop it up on some Stampin' Dimensionals and stick it down on our piece. And I'll probably try and make sure the dimensionals don't stick just to the ribbon, because I want to make sure that our card stays together. So there we go. Okay, see how that goes on there? And then we have this fun little hugs piece, which is from the Lovely Words die. You cut it out of the little shape that it's in, and it's done with the champagne paper. And I know usually I use the fine tip glue, but I'll just show you here. You can also use either Fast Fuse or even snail to do this. So when you do that, you end up with this film in there. Can you see the film? You just want to take your take a pokey tool, a paper piercing tool, or something like that, and you can tear away the extra film from around the edge of your layers so that it doesn't show. And then when you go ahead and put that on your card, it will stick very, very nicely. Okay, so we have our hugs. Now this gets a little bit more wear and tear, so you want to use some strong adhesive, and dimensionals are great for that. So I'm going to pop 3 of these on here. Make sure you're careful about where you put them. You don't want them over here or your card will stick shut. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this over the edge. See how that works? Okay, now we're going to decorate on the inside. So this is a thinking of you kind of card. And the Christmas quilt stamp set, oh wait, it's really called Christmas Quilt, not just for Christmas. Anyway, it has this little greeting that says, when life gives you scraps, make a quilt. And you know what, some days are just like that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up and stamp it here. And I've centered it top to bottom, but I moved it over to the left so that it is going to be behind our main panel. And then one of the other things that's in this set that is so darling are these little stitches. So this is the blanket stitch, and let me show you how I'm going to use this. This little blanket stitch is darling. Now blanket stitch goes right at the edge of your project, so you want to aim for the very edge of your cardstock, and you can see through the stamp to be able to line up the stamp with the one before it. Okay, see how that works? And once you've got your blanket stitching done, then you can go back and add your cross stitches. And you can choose to make them touch each other, or you can choose to spread them out and have like little sets of 4 crosses. All right, so you're just going to keep going. Once you finish your cross stitching, you're going to go ahead and add some adhesive to that and stick it inside your card. And there you have your fun hugs card. When life gives you scraps, make a quilt. I love it. So remember, Christmas quilt is definitely not just for Christmas. You can use it all year long. These autumn colors are some of my favorites. And I have kits for this available. If you're interested, make sure you send me a message. They're available through my website at Loven Stamps. And I look forward to sharing another project with you soon. Happy stamping, and thanks for watching. I promised you another card. This is also a very similar layout. This one uses the Merry Pattern set that's available to hosts who have a party over $300 in the month of September and October. Or if you place your own order that's over $300, you can get this for free too, just as a bonus. So anyway, same layout here, opening there and opening there. There's the 'Tis the Season. So happy stamping.